Hey everyone, I wanted to take a minute and show you what I've been working on over here at Steel Wolf Creations. So, as many of you probably know, Apex Legends is a game I really love, as well as the entire Titanfall universe. And so I most recently decided to come up with my version of the RE-45. It looks like this. And this particular one's in Sandstorm. So a couple key features for this particular version, or particular weapon, are it has, removable magazine. So you can see it's got some pretty nice detail there. Kind of a little fun fact is the RE-45 is actually based on a 45 ACP round. So there's your 45 ACP round, and you can see how it's really sized quite nicely to the design here, because I used a 45 ACP to design it, as you would imagine. Besides the magazine being removable, it's held in magnetically, so it doesn't require any real force to draw it in and out. It has the iron sight that comes with the game. So this is not molded into the design of the part. This is its own sub-assembly. You can see from the back there, the holographic sight is displayed here. And you also have your shot counter like you would in the game. A couple other key details are it has a really nice Arsenal logo on the side of the muzzle of each of the muzzle faces. And of course it has a pullable trigger. The hand grip itself is TPU. So it has like that, kind of like that little bit of a spongy feel to it, like you'd expect, because if you look at the RE-45, it's got like a rubberized grip on it. So I think details like that are really important. Just like my R99, I really get into the attachments. So I have the modular attachment system for the RE-45 as well. They're a little bit different, so let me kind of go over that. What you do is you take off your iron sight. It's magnetically attached. And let's say you decide you want a digi-threat. I know they took it out of the game. I still love the digi-threat. It's probably one of my favorite sights because I hate running into Bangalore smoke and not being able to see what's going on. I know how they changed it. Now they have the outline. I kind of like the old way because I'm an OG player myself. It's my favorite era anyway. So with these new optics, this is overall the same optic as I make for the R99, but the way it attaches is a little bit different. And that's because the RE-45 doesn't use that standard Apex Legends Picatinny-like rail that things like the Peacekeeper and the R99 use. So just be aware of that. Besides the digi-thread, I still have the HCOG Bruiser, for those that like that. And then also the Variable Hollow, for those that are into that. That's a little bit different when you get to the front. So I do have the same laser sight. It looks like that. It's not the same thing because it attaches differently to the weapon. The way these all attach, because of the way the muzzle is designed in the RE-45, is just an insert, and then it's magnetically held in place, and it also aligns it. So you don't have to worry about it flopping around or not being where you need it to be. Something new I added was the barrel stabilizer. So if you all recall on the R99, I have the gold barrel stabilizer, but not the regular one. So I added the regular one in. So again, you can see with the magnets, it aligns it very seamlessly. And then lastly, I did carry over the gold barrel stabilizer. So if you were lucky enough to get one of those in your game, I always think they look super fantastic. Frankly, that's one of my favorite attachments from the look of it. So I'm always kind of sad that they took that one out. There's actually a magnetic insert inside this. So if you don't have the charm on, it looks completely regular, like you can't tell it's there. But then if you take a charm with the magnets in it, you can attach it right onto the side port. So I shipped the RE-45 with the Wolf charm, which is my company logo. Big takeaway there, though, is I wanted that functionality built into the replica because down the road I have the ability to make other charms quite easily, in fact. So, maybe down the road it's, hey, let me have a Nessie or a Nessie and power loader or, whatever floats your boat. The N7 day one is super sweet. Every pistol ships by default with what I call the wall mount. You can see a photo of that on the website. That's just a little bracket that slots into the place between the front of the trigger guard and the forehand grip. But so it depends what you're looking for, right? If you want to have the magazine in, that would really be the best way to display it of what I'm offering. If you like it without the magazine in, I did make a display stand. Looks like this. You can see how it kind of slots in there, and I made it a color that is it's intended to not draw the eye away from the pistol itself, and I didn't want it to really blend in, because when I tested some colors with that, I felt it kind of took away from being able to clearly see where the stand was versus the hand grip. These all have the typical velvet I like to put on the bottom, just so it has a really nice interface with either nice wood countertops or shelves or anything like that. One of the things I also did a little differently is with the R99, I only made the factory issue color. And I always thought the tan looked pretty nice. But I also understand, if you're going to put money into a replica, honestly, you want to get exactly what you want, especially if you're going to pay a premium price. And I feel like my products are premium quality, but they come at a premium price. So something I did differently this time is I made the RE-45 in 14 different colors. So I'll show you that here. This is them. So there literally is just one in each color. But I wanted to try to do a very careful job matching the different colors that are available as the common skins in the game. With the different colors, otherwise they're going to look very similar. The differences in color for the different versions are, the difference in slide, lower receiver, hand grip, and then the base plate on the magazine itself. So other than all the color variants, actually I'll have this darker gray color to them. The only one that's lighter gray or lighter color rather, is the factory issue. So you can see it's brighter silver across the board. And unlike the other variants where the hand grip is the color of the variant, as in the Clearwater, this one actually has that kind of almost like aluminum color, that really bright silver. So when you look at the website, I will say, I find nowadays so much stuff is like photoshopped, and you go look at clothes online, for example, and they say, well, they have this disclaimer that says, the color may or may not match what you think you see on your computer screen, and they talk about differences in monitors. That's all great, but for example, if I go shopping on Etsy, some people will offer things in different colors, and they'll say, yeah, it's cardinal, but they don't show what it looks like. And let me tell you, I looked at like 10 different reds to get cardinal, and I feel like not only is it a really good match for what I see in the game, but I can tell you that from a graphic perspective, your RGB colors in this match the colors of the unit in the game and all that. So I feel like it's a really good representation, but I want people to be able to see that. The photos that you see on my website, I hope they look good. I spent a lot of time taking them. They are all photos of each individual weapon. So I didn't take one set of photos and then try to Photoshop it into different colors. Frankly, I don't even know how to do that. What I did do is take the time to make a really good lighting setup. The glove in the photos is my hand in a tactical glove. And then I just shot a camera image of each of the pistols with each of the attachments and all that. And it took me quite a bit of work to do. But I wanted people to be able to get a true feeling of what it looked like. And I didn't want to even just show you, hey, here's the attachment. Try to picture in your mind what it's going to look like on that particular variant. I want you to be able to really see it. I will say, because I only made one of each color, when it sells, I don't have it anymore because it'll have shipped. If you want something that is not in stock, I'm happy to make things to order. So if you buy one of these, one of my main things is I want you to get it. I want it to all be in perfect condition. Every time I read Etsy reviews and somebody's like, well, it was great except for the parts that were broken, I cringe, because you should never get it broken. You should never have to repair something that you just bought. I don't find that acceptable. And if somebody had that experience with something I made, I would immediately want to rectify it at the best level possible. So the first thing is everything comes polybagged. It looks just like this. So you can see this is the variable hollow optic, or one of them. And that's just to protect it during transit. But the other part of it is, besides the presentation, the safety of the packaging, this is what you get will actually look like. So you can see the Steelwolf logo on the lid. And then once I open it up, you can see this is actually what it looks like inside. And there's photos of this on the website, but I'm not sure it really does it justice. In this case, the loadout has been fitted for all the optional attachments. There is room for 3 magazines in here, By default, I assume people will want one. To be honest, I don't know if anyone would ever want more than one magazine. I think if you're cosplaying or going to put them on like a rig or something, you might want more than one. I just wanted to create the option in case somebody wanted it. I also want to kind of highlight that I'm happy to do custom work, and I do commissions. So, if you're like, hey, I love I just love the Flamingo RE-45, but even though the laser sight in the game is always this color. It's kind of like the factory issue color for the R99. If you're like, what I really want is a flamingo laser sight, shoot me a message. We'll get it. We'll get it for you. Okay, because it's really not that hard to do at all. I'll look at it with you. There might be a small amount of upcharge for it, but the reality is I'm happy to build things to order, and that actually works best for me because if I build a lot of stuff and then people aren't interested in it, then I've wasted a lot of time when I could have been working on something else. If you want to go down the commission route and you'd like me to work on something that I don't currently have available, like I'd really like to see a hemlock in this particular skin, or even an RE-45 in a skin that I haven't shown here, shoot me a message, an email through the website. All you need to tell me is, what is it you're looking for, like what weapon, what game, what skin or color pattern you're looking for. Let me know anything about your lead time or time sensitivity, and let me know what your budget is. Because, I tend to make things that are quite deluxe, but they don't have to be deluxe. I can make something that's a little bit simpler to accommodate somebody. And most recently, I did a commission for a guy, a great guy to work with, for a Counter-Strike skin. You can see that one on the website. It's for an AWP Asimov sniper rifle. This thing was huge. It was quite the project, but it turned out really great. I know he loved it, which is the most important thing. Hope you love the RE-45s. I ship very quickly, so if you order one of these while it's still in stock, I'm happy to get it out. The photos on the website are of the real thing. Thanks for your time, and I hope to hear from you about either a project you'd like to see or because you'd like to get something I already made. Thank you.